It is time to cancel Marathon Bungie. We are past the point of no return. If you haven't been staying up to date on all the news and everything, I wanted to bring you a video that is the TLDW, breaking down all of the biggest disasters and issues with Marathon from the very beginning, from the inception of this game. Bungie has been questioning whether or not they even want to make this game. We've heard this from several internal reports, people saying, we don't know if this game is going to be good. We don't know if we're even interested. Constant conflict within the studio on whether or not they even want to take the approach to make a hyper casual extraction shooter. 9 months ago, we actually made a video where we talked about how within Bungie Studios, Marathon's development is not going great. And that was a report from Jason Schreier where he was talking about how various different Bungie devs were not enthusiastic about this game at all. I mean, Bungie themselves, they don't want to make this game. There is no one that's really that passionate about Marathon within their own studio, and it has reflected very well within the gameplay and within the development of this game. This is a game that is both uninspiring to the players and the developers, on top of everything else, all right? This game does not sell well in September, but there is a chance, maybe if they delayed it by a year, that maybe they could do some massive overhauls, maybe add some PvE into it, change the whole art scheme, obviously, due to all of the art theft scandals. If they did all of that, there might be an iota of a chance that Marathon is successful, but honestly, it's such a big gamble at this point in time. I really don't think it's even worth it because you've already gambled hundreds of millions of dollars at this point and lost, right? And Sony is not going to be very happy about it. I know that Sony is going to be aware of everything that's happened with this art controversy, and they're going to be paying very close attention, keeping a close eye on Bungie in general, because they have said in the past that they wanted Bungie to take accountability, especially in regards to Destiny 2 and its mishaps. So now we have Bungie once again having some really big disasters with Marathon, the art scandal with the alpha being received poorly, with it being extremely low on the wish list. It's like 57 on the Steam list of top wish listed game. It falls number 57, whereas Arc Raiders is in the top 10 for wish listed games. But Arc Raiders cannot be called the Marathon Killer anymore because that title, that crown rests upon Bungie's head. Bungie is truly the Marathon Killer. And sad to say, it was dead before arrival. A lot of people were saying DOA, as soon as this game launches, it's done. But we got DBA, we got dead before arrival on this one. And just to be clear, several people across Twitter and other places have said that, you know, Lucky, you're kind of just doing this for negativity, for views, and for clicks and stuff. And I should make it perfectly clear that if Marathon was doing well, I would be so much happier. I have been making YouTube videos. I've made 6,000 Destiny 2 videos on this channel that has accumulated over 100 million views. So I would be much more interested in making positive Marathon videos. That could be another 6,000 videos for me, right? Another 10 years of content. That would be such a better outcome for me in terms of viewership. I don't want to make negative Marathon videos. I want Marathon to be a massive success so that way I can continue to make content on this, just as I've done with Bungie's other game, Destiny 2. But unfortunately, that's not where we're at. And I'm not going to be dishonest and a Bungie shill and say, oh no, don't worry guys, they're going to figure it out. This game's going to be awesome. Game of the year for sure, right? That would be ridiculous. We're not doing that. We're going to be honest about what this game is and what this game isn't. This game is over. Marathon as we knew it is done, and if Bungie wants to take it back into its incubation stages and redo some stuff, that's up to them, but I do not see an outcome where Bungie can change the narrative. People that play extraction shooters don't want to play this game. New people that wanted to jump in now no longer want to support them in regards to the art controversies. There's no winning here. You're cooked either way. So what does Bungie do at this point? What is the resolve of all of this? You cancel this game and issue an apology to your fans, to the people that actually were playing your franchise for the last 10 years, all right? We didn't get Destiny 3 because of this shit, right? And that sucks, especially for us that would have supported Bungie in their efforts to develop a Destiny 3. We would have forked out even more cash, even though we've been giving them so much money over the last few years in regards to expansions, season passes, dungeon keys, and cosmetics inside Eververse that I know you all are buying, all right? I know you bought some of those Star Wars cosmetics. I know you bought some of them. I'm guilty of doing it once in a while too, because it's just what we do, all right? We actually enjoy Destiny 2. We're willing to see this franchise go forward, and Bungie has no clue how special of a game that they have with Destiny 2. They seem to have taken this thing for granted, like, oh yeah, it's there, it's old reliable. But I think after Bungie realizes what the larger gaming community has said about their new game Marathon and how people have responded to this game, I think they're going to be a lot more thankful for the Destiny 2 community, because we are perceived, but in large by Bungie, as being relatively toxic and negative. But when you saw the response to the whole world, not just the Destiny community, the whole world look at Marathon and instantly say Concord 2, DOA, across the board, spamming on the chats, spamming the comments, massive dislikes on all the trailers. That wasn't the Destiny 2 audience that did that. The Destiny 2 audience is not that large, right? That was the whole gaming world looking at your new IP and saying, trash, garbage, delete this game immediately. Within 10 seconds of watching gameplay, people were disinterested in this game. That's the whole world. The Destiny community is actually quite nice by comparison, because we were like, hey, we've really enjoyed Destiny 2 and Destiny 1 for like 10 years now, and Bungie, they made Halo before this, so like, surely their third one is not going to miss, right? Like, we'll give it a chance, we'll show up. We had several Destiny 2 content creators showing up for the early playtests of Marathon, getting to try things out, getting to give feedback and giving their opinions about it. And everyone was being relatively nice, and even the larger community was willing to give this game a chance, right? We gave this game a chance. We gave them an opportunity, and we weren't even the ones that flamed them the hardest. It was the larger gaming sphere. Gamers are not buying this game, Bungie, period. So what do you have left? Destiny 2. It's time to issue an apology to the Destiny fans. Sorry we didn't make Destiny 3. We should have done that. We messed up. We took a big gamble with Marathon and we lost. What we're going to do now, if I'm Bungie, you would say what we're going to do now is have a renewed vision for Destiny 2, where we're going to reinvest all of our resources, all of our energy, all of our developmental effort into taking Destiny 2 to new heights. And you know what that does? That is going to motivate the Destiny 2 community so much more. We are so excited because we have been told for years now that Bungie is working with issues of over delivery, and that 2 raids a year is just too much for them to handle. Fuck that, okay? We need some over delivery, all right? We need 2 raids a year. We need more content. We need more stuff. We need a passionate dev team that really wants to pour their time into this. A team that believes that Destiny 2 is make or break for Bungie as a company. A team that believes Destiny 2 is, I have a job if I do really good at this, and if I suck at my job and if I'm not passionate about this, I don't have a job. That's the type of team we need. That's the type of motivation we need to push into the next era of Destiny 2, okay? We are pushing into a new saga, and we don't want to go into that falling flat on our face just like we did with Marathon right now. Because even though it might seem like it's so impossible for Destiny 2 to die because it's so well established at this point, and there is a level of truth to that, it should also be said that so much money, effort, and some of the same developers that worked on Destiny 2 went over to make this game, and this was the result. This is a massive failure. This is Concord 2. You have to know when to stop gambling, Bungie. You have to know when to stop risking everything. And now is that time with this game. This game is over. This game is cooked. It's done. End this madness and give a renewed focus on Destiny 2 and watch how many good things come to you and your company. I guarantee you, you would see a lot of positive reception, and you'd actually stand a chance of becoming a more successful company, of winning that elusive Game of the Year title that you've wanted for so many years now. I'm not saying that Destiny 2 will win Game of the Year, but I'm saying is that you would actually stand a chance if you put all your eggs into that basket. And I know sometimes people will say, well, it's risky to do that. They have nothing left to risk. They already made a massive financial risk with Marathon and have lost. So the only thing they have left to do now is to double down on Destiny 2 and work feverishly hard to make this game as successful as they possibly can. But they likely won't, because they do have their heads up their asses in so many different ways. So more than likely the outcome will be a complete Sony takeover. And honestly, that could go good or bad. Only time will tell what a Sony takeover will look like, what Destiny 2 expansions and years after a Sony takeover would feel like. It could be even more soulless, like with these Star Wars expansions. It could go full Fortnite. It could be terrible, right? It could be the dark ages for Destiny as a franchise, or it could be good. Only time will tell. We won't know until we cross that bridge. But let me know what you think about Marathon. Do we cancel it? Comment down below, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button for me. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.